We're kicking off our show on lust here on Crossing the Goal. We will deal with mature subject matter which may not be appropriate for young children. Let's meet the Crossing the Goal team. These guys are all authors and well-known speakers. Peter Herbeck is Vice President of Renewal Ministries. Curtis Martin is founder and president of Focus, Fellowship of Catholic University Students. And our coach, former All-Pro wide receiver and NFL coach, Danny Abramowitz. Gentlemen, good to have the team together. We're talking about lust, Curtis, and just map that out for us as we start.
Sure, Brian. We are talking about the 7 deadly sins, and now we're at lust. And lust is that passion gone a wild because of original sin. And so it touches all the different passions that we have, the passion for food and for sleep. But when we talk about lust, we're specifically talking about the sexual drive running out of control. After the fall, the ability to rein in our sexual passion is a tremendous challenge. This is aggravated in a huge way in our culture because there's so many enticements that drive us and inflame us even more.
We're almost become obsessed with it in our society. If you look at it, just look at the TV, the commercials. It's beer and computers. They're not selling beer and computers. They're selling sex to the young adult education, young people. Secondly, you look at Viagra and Cialis, trying to get the older generation. Everything, see, that's a whole sex thing. Look at internet pornography, gone rampant, child pornography, all this stuff. We could go on and on just to show the listening audience this is a major problem.
Major, I heard the other day that this past year the pornography industry grossed more money than all professional sports combined. NASCAR, NFL, everybody combined. And it just keeps growing. It almost seems like it's endless, you know. The interesting thing is that the battle here, you guys, begins in the mind. You know, Paul says, hold every thought captive for Christ. You guys probably have heard the saying, you know, if you sow a thought, you reap an act. You sow an act, you reap a habit. You sow a habit, you reap a character. You sow a character, you reap a destiny. That's the devil's strategy for us. And we need to take Paul's words and hold every thought captive for Christ. That's where it all starts.
Because it says in Galatians, God's not mocked. What you sow, you'll reap.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people will say, well, I'm just young. I'm sowing some wild oats. Well, then you're going to reap wild oats, and that's what we've got. We've got a culture, because of the sexual revolution, who are wild and crazy, and guess what? We've never matured. We've never grown up. We've become a vicious culture. We've got to repent.
I hate to say this, but temptation stops 15 minutes after we're in the grave.